Democrats in the General Assembly are now accusing Governor Jodi Rowland of ignoring the real estate budget deficit so she could promise not to raise taxes. They're pointing to a news conference that she held more than 3 weeks ago that's now a video on YouTube that proves she knew her budget was not balanced even as she presented it last week. Our chief Capitol correspondent Mark Davis joins us live from Hartford, our newsroom there, with details on the political game the Democrats claim that the governor is playing. Good evening, Mark.
That's right. Good evening, Keith. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Governor Jodi Rowland portrays herself as sort of above the fray, above politics. And this week's Quinnipiac University poll shows the public believes her to the tune of a 75% approval rating. However, Democrats in the General Assembly say she is playing politics big time with the state budget.
Almost immediately after Governor Rell announced her budget 9 days ago, Democrats in the General Assembly complained that it was over $2 billion out of whack. They now are pointing to this news conference, held 2 weeks before her budget announcement, as evidence that she knew it, because of this response by her budget director to a question from me.
I think it's fair to say that we will be closer to 8 than to 6.
The governor was sitting right next to Gennaro and made no effort to dispute what he said. A video clip now the subject of local bloggers and even a YouTube video. Senate Majority Leader Martin Looney of New Haven says it proves that the governor knew her budget was not balanced as required by law.
I think it shows that the administration was aware of a more severe budget problem than they acknowledged in the budget that they submitted.
Mark, I've never withheld anything intentionally.
The numbers are clear that the only way that the governor was able to present a budget that appeared to balance without tax increases was to come up with one that was up to $2 billion short of reality.
What Democrats in the Assembly are saying is that the governor manufactured a phony budget in a political game of chicken.
Clearly there's a game being played here, and the game is that the governor does not want to be the first one to address the issue of new revenues that are needed.
I think their point is, though, that you're putting them in the position of having to suggest raising taxes when you know it has to happen.
I'm putting them in a position to suggest cutting spending, and they have not even done that yet. Thank you.
That's code from the governor that she will take no more questions. Her strategy appears to be working, however. Today, a group of nearly 24 Democratic state lawmakers became the very first this session to formally call for an income tax hike on the state's wealthiest residents to help sustain state services and to balance the books. The legislative committees that handle the budget are expected to have their version of what to do in early April. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News Channel 8.